Good morning, Saturday Academy for Saturday, June 5th of 2021 at 9 a.m. How are you?
Morning, Cannella. I'm good.
Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well on this Saturday. Thanks for coming at Saturday at 9 a.m. to start your day with me. I appreciate it all. I hope that everybody is going to be able to enjoy the nice weather today. It looks like the sun is shining. So I hope that you go outside, maybe run around, go to the park or whatever it is. Clearly, obviously, social distancing and wearing your mask, right? So today in Saturday school, what are we going to be doing and what are you responsible for? Today in Saturday school, we will be working on 7th grade math again on integers. We're going to keep reinforcing that. So when you have your first unit in 7th grade in September, you're all set and ready to go. And it's stuff that you already were familiar with that you've seen from us. Now, with that said, just a reminder, IREADY was due yesterday at 3:30, so shout out to those that already completed their IREADY. Those of you that did not complete your IREADY, you need to make sure you do it. Why? Because on Monday, you are having an IREADY diagnostic for ELA, which is going to count as your state exam. On Tuesday, you will be having an IREADY for ELA, for math, that will count as your state exam. I highly suggest that when you do your IREADY for math and ELA, that you get a notebook. And I know that Nia Myers, and when we had her last time, she read the passage, she read the paragraph, and she jotted her notes down in her notebook, read the next paragraph, wrote notes down, and so on and so forth. And we weren't interested to know that she was the last one done. What we were interested in knowing is that she really took her time and she put the effort in. And she did the same thing for math. She took her notebook, she wrote down the question, she showed the work on her paper, and then she picked the answer on IREADY, and she scored very well. So that's a strategy I would suggest you use on Monday and Tuesday, since you don't physically have something to annotate. Okay? Also, lastly, the extra credit is due today at 6 o'clock. There's no extensions. You had 22 days to complete it. If you waited until the last minute, that's on you. But it is due today at 6 o'clock. A lot of people that will do it will definitely help your grade. All right, we're going to get started. So we got Nia Myers is going to read the learning target, and Juliana is going to take screenshots. There are no notes today in math. All you're responsible for is to complete the form. So pay attention. All right? That's all you're responsible for today, just the form. Make it easier today. All right, here we go. Today is Saturday, June 5th, Standard 7 NS.1. Go ahead, Nia Myers.
Learning target. I can solve multi-step problems involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of integers and rational numbers and apply to real-world situations. Lesson notes on addition, subtraction, multiplication, dividing integers, and rational numbers. Today, scholars, we will review how to solve multi-step problems involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of integers, and rational, and apply them to real-world situations. This is the beginning of 7th grade math. Please refer to the chart below to assist you to become familiar with the rules.
Okay, so we have 4 operations, guys, when we deal with integers. We have addition. When we're adding integers with the same signs, we keep the sign and add. So if we have 2 negatives when we add, we keep the negative. When we have 2 positives, we keep the positive and add. When we have subtraction, okay, we're going to use the keep change, the additive inverse, the keep change change. That is what we're going to do. When we are multiplying, we have to know these 2 rules. When we multiply and divide integers, if the signs are the same for multiplication and division, okay, we're just going to keep the sign and we're going to multiply or divide. When the signs are different, we're going to have a negative sign. So when you're multiplying, divide, same sign positive, different sign negative. All right. First problem is going to be Tori Kemble. Good morning, Tori. Tori, are you here? Is this you? I think this is you.
I'm here.
Hey, good morning. All right, sweetie, would you be kind enough to do problem 1 for us and tell us how you would solve this?
Okay. Mr. Blau has some money in his wallet. He pays the babysitter $12 an hour for 4 hours of babysitting. His wife gives him $10 and he puts the money in his wallet. By how much does the amount in his wallet change?
So what operation do we have to do?
Addition.
Addition, and what else? Right, so like,
Addition.
huh? Think about it. Huh? Think about it. We got, listen, this is his hourly rate, right? Mr. Blau pays the babysitter $12 for every hour the babysitter watches the kids. There are 4 hours that the babysitter stays there. So how am I going to figure out how much money to pay the babysitter? What's the first operation?
Multiply.
Yes, we're going to multiply. That's the first operation. We're going to multiply. So we're going to use multiplication. Oops. To find out how much money it will cost for 4 hours of babysitting. So what are we going to multiply?
We're going to multiply 12 and times 4.
Okay, which is how much?
48.
48 hours. $48 for
For
4 hours of babysitting. Does everyone see that? I need you to pay attention to this because I saw some answers in the chat that I was a little unsure. Okay, so now that we know it's going to cost him $48 to babysit, his wife, Mrs. Blau, gives him $10. So what am I going to do now?
We're going to add.
So this is how much money he loses. He loses $48, right? Because he has to pay that money to the babysitter. So it's $48 for babysitting. So we're going to say this is the money he pays the sitter. So therefore, he loses that money, correct? Right?
Yes.
But now his wife is like, you know what? Mr. Blau, I'm going to give you $10 to help out with the cost. So now what do? His wife gives him $10 and he puts the money in his wallet. So how much money does the amount in his wallet change by?
$2.
So what are we going to do with the 48 and the $10? What operation? What are we going to do with the 48 and the 10, guys? Are we going to add or subtract it? His wife gave it to him. He pays 48. What do you guys think?
We subtract.
We're going to subtract. So we're going to do, there's no notes today, okay? If you came in late, you're just going to listen. Subtraction. So we're going to subtract the $48 that it costs.
You're not taping nothing.
Oh, thank you. Oops, you're right. Oopsies, thank you. I didn't record it. Oh, yes, I did. So we're going to do the $48 minus the $10, right? That the wife gives him, which represents how much now? How much money now? Does he technically have to pay?
$38.
Yeah, 30. Oh, not 380. $38. Everyone see that? Do we all follow that? Yeah? My screenshot taker is going to screenshot this for me. Again, there are no notes. You're just listening today, and then you'll be responsible to complete a form, an exit ticket form at the end of the class. Screenshot taker, do you have it? Juliana? You're going to have to come off and tell me, okay? Because I can't keep checking the chat. Juliana? Earth to Juliana.
It doesn't let me take screenshots.
Oh, okay. Somebody want to pick up? Maybe Tori or Angie? Somebody want to help her? Thanks. Angie, are you going to do it, Angie? Okay, you got it? You got it already? Awesome. Okay, let's do the next problem. All right, let's have Angie read this one. This one's cool.
Working together, 6 friends pick 14 holes and 2/5 pounds of pecans at a pecan farm. They divide the pecans equally among themselves. How many pounds does each friend get?
Okay, so we know that the word each means what operation? It's a given. Starts with the D.
Division.
Good. Now, when we have a fraction, Angie, we have to convert all fractions to a what?
To a decimal.
And what operation is a fraction?
Division.
Good. So what's 2 divided by 5? What does that say on your calculator, please?
2 divided by 5 is 0.4 or 0.40.
Good. So we're going to say 14.40. Now, we converted, right, the 14 and 2/5 to a decimal by dividing 2 by 5, and we got 0.4, as Angie said, or 0.40. I'm going to have you keep it as 0.40 because it's equivalent to 0.4. So when we do the division, it's a lot easier to deal with the decimal. Okay, Angie?
Okay.
So now, step 2 is we're going to actually perform the math to figure out how much each friend gets. So step number 2 is we're going to solve by dividing. What will we be dividing? 14.40 by what?
By the 6 friends.
Right, by 6 friends. So now we're going to physically solve this by hand because you'll see why in a moment. So 6 on the outside and 14.40 on the inside. So my divisor is 6. My dividend is 14.40. I tell you, you always have to bring up the decimal point. And then we're going to use the divide, right? Drink my Starbucks. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Does 6 go into 1, Angie?
Yeah. I mean, no.
No, 6 goes into 14.
Yes.
How many times?
2
2.
times.
2 times 6.
12.
Good. And then subtract.
14 minus 12 would be 2.
Okay. And then we already bought up the decimal point. We're going to bring down the 4 and continue on. How many times does 6 go into 24?
4 times.
4. 4 times 24. 4 times 6.
Is 24.
Bring down the 0. How many times does 6 go into 0?
0.
Okay, so now check this out. We got an answer, okay, which is 2.40. We just said that 0.40 is 2/5 as a decimal. So what is 0.40 as a fraction now? So this is equivalent to 2 is my whole number, and we said 0.40 is 2/5. So what is the fraction?
2 and 2/5.
Right. You see that? So what answer do we pick? A, B, C, or D?
D.
Everyone see that? If we were to multiply 2.40 times 6, we get 14.40, which is what it says in letter A in purple. 14.40 is the equivalent to 14 and 2/5. Do we all see that? Does anyone have any questions about that? Angie, let me know if you could get that okay. Okay. Remember, D for divide, M for multiply, S for subtract, B for bring down. That's the policy or the procedure and how you do long division, in case you forgot. Angie, we good?
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome. We're going to move on now to the next question. The next question, folks. Again, a lot of this is stuff that we already know. We learned how to do long division back in the 3rd and 4th grade, and we're just reinforcing it and taking it to another level. Same thing here, but we're going to be using a different operation. Mr. Hudson, please read me problem 3, sir. Mr. Hudson? Juliana?
Juliana is going to use 6 of 1/3 yards of the material to make 2 dresses. The dresses required 3 of 2 yards of material. How much material will Juliana have left to use on a small dress?
So the key word is left before we go any farther. What operation does left go with, Justin Hudson?
Subtraction.
Excellent. So we already know that we have to use subtraction. But here's the problem. We just went over when we just did this question with the friends with the pecans, which are kind of nut at a farm. We had to take the fraction and make it what? What does it say here? Convert each fraction, each decimal to a what?
Into a solve.
Well, when we
Into
go ahead.
Into a fraction, to a decimal.
Yes, and how do we convert a fraction to a decimal? What operation is that?
Division.
Good. So you're going to help me out because I need some help here, sir. And the rest of you, feel free to type it in the chat. Please tell me what 1 divided by 3 is as a decimal. Convert the fractions. Oops, people are trying to come in. That's why I can't write. 2 decimals by dividing. We're going to divide the numerator, the top, by the bottom. So 1 divided by 3 is equal to 0. What? You guys should know this. It's going to be a repeating decimal.
There's 0, then a 0.3, then a lot of 3s.
Right. So we call that a repeating decimal, which means the decimal keeps going on. It keeps repeating the same number, correct? Now, you don't even need a calculator for the next one. If 1/3 is 33, 2/3 is double, which is what? Double 33, or times it by 2. What do you get?
66.
Yeah, 0.66666666667 or something like that. Now that we have these converted, we can actually do the subtraction that Justin just stated. And I'm going over this for a reason because you will be seeing this once you start your first unit in 7th grade math on integers. That's why we've been doing it since May in school on the computer, right, for class. So now our number sentence, oops, I got to learn how to type today. Our number sentence, right, is going to be 6 and 1/3, which now gets converted to 0.33. So I keep the 6 and I add the decimal, 33, as Justin said. He said I'm going to subtract by 3 and 2/3. So 3.66 is equal to, who can tell me what that solves to on the calculator? Punch this in exactly as is on the calculator. 6.33 minus 3.66, folks. Everyone has a calculator available on their phone or their computer from school. So somebody type in the chat, and Justin's going to tell you what he got, and you're going to see if you agree or disagree with
Somebody already typed in the chat, but he should answer.
Okay, so everyone can type in the chat because it's available. Okay, that's number 1. Thank you. I only got 1 answer. I got 1 student wrote the answer. Justin, any ideas?
Is it 2.67?
It is 2.67. So let's think about this. We said that 2/3 was 0.66666667. So we know we're going to have 2 yards left, correct, Justin?
Yes.
Say goodbye to A because it has 1 as the whole, and we're going to say goodbye to D, correct? 0.67, is that going to be 1/3 or 2/3? Let's look at that. Look at your answer choices. What do you think?
See?
Yes, you are correct. Right? Does everyone see how it's C? Good job, Justin Hudson. Proud of you, bud. Everyone see that? Anyone have any questions on that? Just remember, fractions is division. Always convert them to a decimal. And when you go to 7th grade, you'll be giving a specific calculator. It will show you how to take a decimal and convert it to a fraction, and how to take a fraction and make it a decimal using the ABC button on the calculator.
I got the screenshot.
Awesome. let's move on to question 4. Nia Miller, can you please read problem number 4? It has your name and Nia Meyer's name in it.
Nia ate 1/3 of the pizza and Anaya ate 1/2 of the pizza. How much pizza did they eat in all? And find the LCD.
What? Do we know what it is?
So it's these common decimals.
Denominator, which is pretty much like the LCM, right? Right? That's pretty much what we're doing. Okay. So before we do that, what operation? You have the word in all. In
And
all
means addition.
Good. So we're going to write addition here. So we know that we're using addition. I don't know who used Sadio de Zoom is. So that's you got to turn your camera on if you want credit. All of you right now. You know the deal. The cameras need to be on. And if you can't turn your camera on, I will physically remove everyone's camera is off. Okay. All right, Mia. So we know that we have to use addition, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what we got. We have to find the LCD, least common denominator, or the LCM of 1/3 and 1/5, right? So we're going to write 3, and then we're going to write 5. Got a lot of noise going on. All right, let's skip count by 3s. Help me out. 3 what? What's next?
You're gonna list the 3s.
So 3, 6,
9, 15, 12, and then 15.
Okay, let's list the LCM of 5. 5,
5,
2, 3, 4, 5. Give me the first 5. 10,
10, 15, 20, and then 25.
Okay. Now, what number do both 3 and 15 have? 3 and 5 have in common. Yeah.
They share a 15.
We know that the LCD, the M, because it means the same thing, it has to be 15, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's how I learned it in school. I'm gonna say so I know it has to be 15. Let's figure that out. The LCD and 5 is 15. Now I know that this number has to be 15. How do I go from 3 to 15? What do I multiply by?
We multiply by 5.
Denominator I do with the
50 is 5.
numerator. Good. How do I go from 5 to 15?
3 times 5.
The numerator has to be times what?
It has to be times by 3.
Okay, so
That's what we would
5
do.
15 and 3 15. That's what 1/3 and 1/5 equivalent to. Where I tripped up a lot. So 5 15 plus 3 15 is how much?
That would be 8 15.
8. 5 plus 3 is 8, folks. And we keep the 15. 8 over 15. So we can say that Anaya ate 8/15 of the pizza. Right? 8 over 15
Yes.
pizza. We say they ate which means you pick what answer, A, B, C, or D.
You would pick D.
Yeah, you guys see how we did that? It is D as McDonald's. Okay, thank you. I'm going to make sure that we screenshot this question. Angie, let me know when you have it. Okay, Angie. I need to go over that skill because I'll tell you this. In 7th grade, you will have to know how to do this. but the denominators are going to be harder numbers, but it's the same concept, okay?
I got it.
Awesome. Great. Okay, we're going to move along. Again, there are no notes today. All you're responsible for is completing the form. That is not open, so you cannot complete it just yet. We'll get there in a few moments. All right, let me just erase all this stuff here. Okay, here we go. All right, let's look at problem number 5. Adam, can you read number 5 for us? It's called Nell, and it's called Diet Chow and Kitty Diet. For anyone that has a cat, pay attention to this one. I made this one up. Go ahead. Adam, we don't hear you. I see your lips are moving, but we can't hear your words.
Can I read it?
Sure, who's that?
Nia.
Go ahead, Nia.
Analyzing relationships. For 2 months, Niall feeds her cat diet short brand cat food. Then for the next 2 months, she feeds her cat Kitty diet brand cat food. The table shows the cat's changed weight over 4 months.
What is question A say?
What brand of cat food resulted in the greatest weight loss for Niall's cat? Explain.
Oh, so we got to figure out which food had the greatest weight loss for the cat. So we're going to take the diet chow numbers, which are what? So this is going to be for the diet chow.
-8 and -18.
Okay, so -8 plus -18 is how much weight? Same signs, we keep the sign, right?
Yeah.
Same signs, you keep the sign and add. Keep sign and add. So, help me out.
Is 16.
What kind of 16?
Negative.
-26. All right, -26, right? Now, that's for the diet chow. Let's go and do now, what's the other one? Kitty chow. What do we do here?
You have to add negative. No, you have to subtract -3 plus -19.
What's the rule?
The highest number is the highest number. No, the difference you have to subtract, but you keep the higher number.
Good. The different signs, keep the sign of the higher number.
So -19 minus 3 is -16.
Now, which cat lost the most amount of food? On which diet? On the diet chow or the kitty diet? Sorry, I didn't mean to put that. It's just like
Kitty diet.
So the kitty diet lost more food than the diet chow?
I'm confused about that one.
Okay, so which number is farther from 0? Would you want to lose 26 pounds or lose 16 pounds? That's what that means.
Oh, diet chow is
Right. There you go. Just had to think for a second. Answer, right? Diet, and we just showed why. The diet, we could say this, the diet chow resulted in the greatest weight change, in the greatest weight loss. How's that? Or the cat. Does that make sense to everybody? Now there's another question. How much weight did Nell's cat lose on diet chow? Who can answer that based on what we did in purple and green?
Niall's cat lost negative 26 pounds.
Nell's cat lost, 26 pounds on diet chow cat food. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah? Okay, Angie's going to screenshot that for you. Are you good, Angie? Angie? I don't know. Did you freeze?
Yeah, I said I got it.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Looks like you froze. Okay, let's see what we got left. Extension problem, you guys can try those on your own. Okay, those are there for you to try. But we will try these last two questions. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's have Joelle, please read number exit ticket 1. Read the question, the number sentence, and tell us what to write. Let's hear from you now.
Okay, a submarine is 50 meters below sea level. It goes up 18 meters, then goes down 40 meters. What is the submarine's new position relative to sea level?
So talk to me, 50 feet below, positive or negative?
Negative.
And then we go up 18, is that positive or negative?
Positive.
Good, and then we go down.
Negative.
Okay, so how are we gonna tackle this, Joelle? What do you wanna do?
50 plus negative 50 plus negative 40, then that would be negative 90 plus 18.
Oh, I see what your strategy is, okay. Sylvie wants to add the negatives first. Okay, that works, keep on, you got this.
Plus 18 is negative 72.
Okay, so it says add the negatives first. I'm just going on over here. So you said you're gonna do negative 50 plus what, sweetheart? Is negative 90, okay? And then you're gonna take negative 90 and you're gonna subtract it from 18. Is that what you said? Joelle?
Yeah.
So help me out. Negative 90 plus 18.
18. And that would be negative 72.
Different, yeah, different signs, right? Oops, negative 72 meters. Good job. So we circle A, B, C, or D, Joelle?
B.
Good. Okay, the next question. Branson Clark, how do we find the perimeter? Do we add or multiply? Branson Clark. Perimeter. We want to find the perimeter of the triangle with 3 sides. Do we add or subtract, sir?
Add.
Good. So let's add up. You're going to help me out. We're going to add. We're going to combine. So first of all, we're going to write this. We're going to write 2x minus 2, sir, plus 5x minus 3 plus 2x minus 7. Oops.
Why are you opening this?
Now, we're going to combine the like terms. Oops, I hear somebody. Combine the like terms.
2x plus 5x plus 2x.
So 2x plus 5x, thank you, Nia, plus 2x. So we're going to write that down on our paper. We're going to write
9x.
like terms is how much?
9x.
Good.
Equals.
Good. Now we did the x's. We took care of the coefficients, which are numbers in front of the variable. But
now,
here, now what do we got to do?
now you have to subtract 2, 3, and 7.
Subtract or add?
No, add.
Okay. So now we're going to combine. Let me change the color. Let me try it in purple. We're going to combine negative 2 plus negative 3 plus negative 7. And the signs are the same, so we keep the sign and add. 2 plus 3 plus 7, Nia?
Negative 12.
So the final answer would be 9x minus 12, which is what?
Wait, the 12 will be negative, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So is it A, B, C, or D?
Is A.
There you have it. Angie will screenshot that all for you all. She's going to let me know when she has the picture. That way you guys can proceed on to the next part of class. You got it, Angie?
I got it, Angie.
Yes? So now, let me explain to you what you guys are going to work on. So, you will complete this. This is the exit that you're responsible to complete using what we just did. I'm going to see what you guys are capable of doing. You will read the question, pick your class. You will read the question about the submarine, pick the answer. We just did this question, okay? And how many points do you think you got out of 2 today? Once you are done with your exit ticket, you will work on your extra credit math assignment, and I will help you out. Are we clear? So all you got to do is those 2 questions, turn that in. Once you're done, work on the extra credit and your IREADY. Are we good? It is only 9:35. You have 25 minutes to answer 2 questions and to work on IREADY and extra credit. Please begin now.